What's up, this Debo? You need to go down to the MD supplement store and tell me what you got on my supplements, homie.
The New York Pros this weekend, so there's a lot of buzz.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. The Big Ramy, pulled a huge upset, and Billing Vita. What do you make of the show?
I'd asked a few guys about him, and they told me, he was okay, but I saw pictures and I was like, wow, this guy's good, But he's the real deal, man. He's that guy's a definite contender for the Mr. Olympia. I mean, he can push any one of us. Including, Phil and Kai, and he's got the size, he's got, obviously some condition. I mean, they talk about separation and maturity, but, I mean, the guy's young and, 4 months. I mean, this is like when, it reminds me of when I did my first NOC in '98, when, everyone's like, oh, Ronnie and Kevin are in the show. They were the top two, and I was going to that show and Ronnie Coleman won, and everyone's like, this is when Ronnie was starting to rise, and then going into the Olympia, Ronnie was 9th the year before, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, he's going to do okay, he's going to move up, but they never expected him to win. I mean, he came in and just slammed everyone. So you can make a lot of improvements in a few months. So I think it's you don't have to expect. You're not going to expect anything, like you saw in New York. I think the guy can improve a lot, and he has more experience now. It's much, much better like that. So,
wow.
I mean, he's dangerous, that's for sure. But Victor, I was surprised. He looked great.
He did look good. Yeah.
Needs some more size. I mean, obviously had an injury. I think it was a little difficult. So, I think that was an issue. Who else? Who was third? Juan Morel, very impressive. I mean, definitely, his upper body's massive. I mean, he looked pretty balanced. I mean, he stood there. I mean, he compared, from what I saw, the pictures pretty well with the guy, the big guy.
Yeah.
So, and John De La Rosa, I was happy for him in there, and a couple of the other guys. Obviously Jose Raymond decided last minute for the 212.
Your boy.
Yeah, I mean, I texted him last week because I saw a video on MD, and I was like, shit, man, you're looking good. And he's like, thanks. He was doing he was doing legs that day, and he's like, I'm going to do, extra reps now because he pushed me a little bit. So I was like, shit, man, and then he decides to do the show last minute and won. So
that's awesome.
Crazy,
He's a good guy.
So I was happy to see that. And I mean, the 212s is lead for the Olympia is going to be.
Yep.
I've been seeing Flex Lewis on the road when I'm traveling, and he's looking good. He's huge.
He is.
With me at my show a little bit.
He's a big guy.
The Olympia is going to be a stacked lineup, man. I guess goes with Kai in a couple weeks. I've been seeing Phil. Phil's his best he's been off season, so he looks great.
How are the fans' response on the road this season? Are they happy you're coming back this year?
Yeah, the fans are very, very happy I'm coming back, and they want to see a showdown. I mean, they still look at me as a top contender, which, I have to really prove myself. I don't see that. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be between you and so-and-so, or, and it's hard to, you can't overlook these other guys. I mean, just because I walked away and I was second doesn't mean I'm automatically going to fall into that second spot. I mean,
right.
I have to work through, obviously, Dennis Wolf, I see him, he's huge. I mean, he looks great. I've always battled, the Branch Warrens. I mean, Dexter Jackson looks phenomenal. I thought Cedric would be a factor, but he's obviously, he didn't do as well in New York. But now this Big Ramy guy, he's serious contender. He'll be in that top 5 or 6, for sure.
Yeah.
I can't see him being anything less, if not pushing the top, 3.
It's going to be a great show.
I'm excited for it, I
Yeah.
think the fans are, and I think it's going to be more ticket sales now. We're always looking for excitement, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Talk about your website a little bit, because I've been going on your website lately, and people have been texting me, oh, what's going on with Jay? Jay's website's gone and stuff.
No, there's a link on the website. There's a rotating banner, and it goes, if you want to shop clothing, it goes to, the old website, which is which is now Cutler Athletics. If you go to cutlerathletics.com, that's the original site. We're rebuilding the new Cutler Athletics site right now.
Okay.
So that actually will be live here in the next couple weeks, and you're going to see it's on the same layout as the jcutler.com site, which focuses more on the supplement side now. It still has a few added features, but remember, I'm launching that J Cutler Elite series, so Obviously, people are going to go to that Jay Cutler site, obviously, for that a lot once they start seeing the advertisements for it. So,
When is that going to be available in the States?
August 15th, I think, is our launch in the States, and
Good.
Our international launch was June 1st, which is two days from now, I think, right? June 1st.
Okay.
June 1st is next Saturday, so that's when all the product is going to be available. It's
Good.
6 products, and featuring a protein and weight gainer, which is really cool.
Do you like the protein?
Very good, yeah.
Yeah?
I tasted all the flavors and tested everything, and we had to revamp a lot of stuff. Obviously going through that testing process. It's we did chocolate, vanilla, strawberry in the protein, and then the weight gainers chocolate and vanilla.
Okay.
So
This is the first for BPI. They never had protein
no, I
before.
never had protein, so obviously there was a little learning curve there as far as getting the flavors exactly right. It's not like we're just copying stuff, and that's like all the products, different stuff. I mean, all the amino complexes I have, and I have a product called the Amino Pump, which is really different. That has some added ingredients in it, not just focusing on the silk aminos, which they usually do. My pre-workout Legend, that's pretty kick-ass.
I love that name.
It's a pretty good name. And I got Big T as my test booster, and it's the new age of products. I mean, that's what everything works in. Different time waves, and obviously, you have research and you do a lot of collaboration on different ingredients. Obviously, working in this industry for as long as I have. So I have certain products that I like the most, like the Build HD product, my creatine, old school stuff. And that's what still works for me. I mean, I use it every day. After I train, it's on my regimen. So I'll be using that in my preparation for the show still. And I like to switch up. To have a variety, and that's why it's nice to be able to work with such a great company that has a variety of different brands. It allows me different things to try,
It's great. Well, do you have some big plans leading up to this Olympia? We're not going to spill the beans just yet and stuff, but we want to make sure that the fan stays glued to their MDTV computer screen, because we're going to have a lot of exciting things leading up to the Olympia. So even though you're not going to be as visible on the road, right?
No, man, but I'll be,
we'll be there
training and doing my thing, at home, and transplanting myself mostly in Vegas. I'll be here back and forth to LA. I'm not sure yet, because I may work with some people on some training stuff. I'm not too sure on that yet.
Everybody keeps asking, are you coming out with a new DVD? Your last DVD was 2009, believe it or not, right after you won your title back. So, are you planning on coming
I have
out?
Chris, the guy that did All Access. He's coming out, actually. He's going to start shooting in Vegas. I have a lot of footage already with
Good.
The year I think the year I tore my bicep, I have a lot of unused footage.
Good.
But he's coming out. He's going to start shooting some stuff with a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Great. That's what people like.
I think is more important.
Yeah.
Because my training obviously now is picking up.
Yeah.
And I'm doing some different stuff than maybe I did in the past. So I think just shooting in different atmospheres. I mean, I train at different gyms now in Vegas, so it's actually it'll be nothing like what you've seen before.
The old footage.
Obviously, you saw like Gold's Gym and Sahara Decatur and Flamingo Gold's, which are now closed. Those are gone. I did some shooting in Venice. I never did a pre-workout, pre-Olympia, pre-contest video inside of Gold's Gym. I did it in June, I think, when I competed at the Olympia.
Yeah.
So it's going to be good to get some footage.
Great.
In the Mecca.
I think you're due. You're due for something new.
Yeah. I mean, the fans are always looking for something, but I want to give them a lot of free stuff, like I do on MD and all that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to keep everyone updated, like these kind of videos. I mean, it helps that we're close and I'm always available for this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And Facebook, like even what you did with Larry, the fat ass series. People like to see that stuff.
I mean, people like to see that kind of work, but I think Adina's been doing a great job with MD.
She is.
Obviously, Steve Blackman and staff. Your Muscle Beach stuff and your day in the life of stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's good to get people to know. We just need more pros available. That's all.
Yeah.
Obviously, then you can only do so much living in California because a lot of them don't live here.
Right.
So
We're gonna catch them.
I'm always letting people in behind the scenes and
That's what they like.
coming over to my house and checking out what's going on. You know, things never change.
No. All right, man. Well, this is how many weeks? Just about 16 weeks, 17 weeks today from
17.
the Mr. Olympia. Yeah, because 16 is June 1st, and that's next Saturday. So we're just below 17 weeks. So
Yeah, so
we're gonna keep catching up with you, man. And we love that you're coming to LA. So is that we can expect that leading up to the show? Maybe just see you between LA and Vegas. Yeah, good.
I'm still here. Still
Great.
in my place here, and so I
Change
got
the
to
scenery.
know. Yeah,
Yeah.
change the scenery. You know?
Yeah. All right, Big J. Well, that's it, man. So we're gonna stick to MD and see what's going on with you leading up to the show. All right. Thanks for talking to us.
What's up, this Debo? You need to go down to AMD supplement store and tell me what you got on my supplements, homie.